Morning, YouTube. Woke up early. Couldn't really sleep well last night, and I was thinking of things that I wanted to do, and I wanted to make a video. And as you can see, I again am looking at myself. Well, I had a subscriber send me a tripod and lenses and wide-angle lens and things like that. It's such a pain to set up and to get it set up, and I think I don't think it's as clear. So we're gonna stick with this for right now until I can figure something else out. Maybe I'll get those. Maybe I'm just not using them lenses properly. But to my subscriber that sent to me, I really do appreciate it. It was an awesome gesture that you appreciate my videos enough that you would send me something to make them better. It is awesome. So this morning I'm sitting around and thinking, I get my coffee and I was thinking around, when I make videos about how sharp I get knives and things like that, and I shave with them, and sometimes it doesn't accurately portray. The reason I started sharpening knives was because I grew up on a farm. I'm a country boy from the foothills of the Allegheny Mountains, and a knife is something that you have to have because you never know what you're going to need to cut or do on a farm. Our farm was fairly big when I was a kid. I think it was several hundred acres. I think it was close to 400 acres. And if you happen to be out and if you need a knife, you don't want to have to fight with something that's not sharp. So my grandfather taught me that, a sharp knife is a necessity. And between my father and my grandfather, they taught me how to sharpen knives and get them. My grandfather had knives that were frighteningly sharp, and that's where I took some. He had tools that were frighteningly sharp. So I think back to the things that I would have done with my knife on the farm, and I don't think that some of my videos portray an accurate portrayal of how a knife truly cuts. Me cutting a hair, yeah, that's incredible. It's sharp. Back to being a farm boy from the foothills of the Allegheny Mountains, and now being in California, why are there so many avocados in my house? Why do I have? I've got more avocados than I can carry. I don't have an avocado tree. Where do they come from? I don't know. I don't know where they're coming from. They're just always on the counter. So, I digress. The things that I would have used a knife for would have been cut things loose and cut something that you're caught up in, or pop a branch off if you needed to, or cut line. Cut line isn't, but yeah, you always need to cut line. You need a sharp knife for that. So one of the things that gets done, and this is not going to be a edge retention test like Robbie does, Smoke Eater 908 does with his knives. This is some pretty heavy duty natural. It's natural fiber. I think it's a cotton wrapped around some sort of other cotton. But this is the typical of the kind of things that I would cut. And so we're gonna turn the camera around down here, and we're gonna look. I've got a couple knives. I'm just do the two. This was on the counter. My Reat was on the counter, and I've got my Ferrum Forge in my pocket. Because there's folks that like, oh yeah, you cut a hair, but like I said, sharp for me or sharp for you or sharp for somebody else is not always going to be the same. We've got, like I said, my fisherman friends that want a really, really super toothy edge that I think is just, it would be garbage to me for what I want. And I have to admit, a lot of times it's aesthetics. I don't like that scratched up, nasty looking edge. So I just like a polished edge. But you can do a polished edge that still bites and cuts. So what we're going to do here is I don't think it's going to be a very long video. I'm going to take both these knives and I'm going to cut up and just, when you're dealing, that's hard. It's stiff, hardcore stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera down here, and we're going to see what. So, that's push cutting. My Reat's push cutting that. Now let's see what my NTAC does, because you guys know I always have my NTAC on me. Matter of fact, I was up at Ferrum Forge yesterday. Had a beer with Elliot at Anchor Brewery right across the street. So you can see that's fairly heavy duty line, and when you're just able to me get some of this crap out of the way for you here. Too much crap in the way. I mean, you can see that's some fairly thick line. Now, back to my video that I did a couple days ago about edge profiles and blade profiles and difference in feel of sharp. This is incredibly sharp. I mean, this knife is scary sharp, but it's a thicker blade. This blade actually, let's go back down and look again. Let me get you situated here. I suppose I could have used the tripod. This, because it's a thinner, but now I don't have any line left. Maybe we'll do a finger. No, we won't be doing, we will not be doing a finger again. Just by the virtues of it being thinner behind the edge, it allows it to it's not that it's any sharper. It's no sharper. Certain applications, like I said in the video, certain applications, this knife is going to feel sharper, but it's not. It's not any sharper. If anything, these are two of the sharpest knives I've got. I wish my daughter's knife. Let's see. I might have enough left on here. My daughter's knife that I sharpened for her. A little piece left here. Let's see. Even a thin, this may do a really good job because it's a very thin edge. Yep. So there are no dull knives in my house. Yeah, the edge, the blade profile has a lot to do with that too. I mean, you can overcome a thicker blade stock like this just by the nature of it's not as wide, is going to be thicker behind the edge. Man, I love this thing. So, yeah. I actually had some business cards made up. I've dropped stuff off at Art of Shaving. I would ask that if you watch my videos and you enjoy my videos, and this is going to be the first video you've seen me without a beard. It's too early in the morning for me to have a beard. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. Couldn't sleep. So I would ask that if you watch my videos and you enjoy them, that you would share them. I hope it doesn't sound too much like a plug. Me wanting to get business, but things, you know, I do sharpen knives as a business, and I would greatly appreciate that if you do enjoy my videos, that you share them or share my information. gunmonkey1974@gmail.com is the email address. Yeah, I've put that on a lot of my videos. Yeah, there are things that I cannot afford for my daughter that I would love to supply, that I use this to do. And any fun that I have, I finance through this. But my daughter ice skates a lot, and it's an expensive hobby, and you know, I love watching her skate, and I don't want to reach that point where I have to tell her no. So I find ways to make additional money, and this is one of them, is the sharpening, and I enjoy doing it. So I would love, when I was at Farm Forge yesterday, I was talking with Elliot. I would love to be able to do this full time. This would be great. I love sharpening knives and repairing knives and working on knives, but there's not enough business out there. But if you, my subscribers, or people that enjoy watching any of you that enjoy watching my videos, would share them with others, I would greatly appreciate it. It would probably do a little bit to help. I'm never thinking that this would be a full-time business, but it has helped. It has helped, videos and Instagram. So I'm gonna get off of here. You guys have a good morning. I think we're going ice skating with the daughter till 10:30 last night at the ice rink, after she had already skated in the morning before school. And now we're probably going to get up and do it all over again, and do it tomorrow, do it Tuesday. So, all right, you guys enjoy your weekend. I'm going to try to.